Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous, and here's her story. Hi, Ollie. My mother. When I was 2 years old, my mother came to the U.S. to make a new start for the family. She left me and my sister with my aunt and a crazy orphan girl. The crazy orphan girl's mother, homeless, wandering the streets. Crazy orphan girl's brother, he had been hung for brutally murdering his girlfriend with a machete. And this is who your mother left you with? Jesus Christ. The crazy orphan girl was left to watch mainly me while my sister was in school and my grandmother at work. I had near drowning baths daily. She would keep my head under a tub of water until the soap was completely rinsed from my face from age 2 to 5. Yes, I remember well. After I sat all day not allowed to move in a wooden chair, I became still and lifeless any time she walked by. One time she pushed me down the concrete flight of stairs on the side of our house because I went upstairs to use the bathroom. She continued hitting me while I tumbled down and, I guess, making sure that I didn't fall over the railing flight. I remember the shouting and the footsteps following me as I tumbled. The next time I peed in my chair, I got beaten again. You know, my mother kicked me down the stairs a few times, and as you're rolling down the stairs, she's kicking you like a fucking soccer ball. So I know what that's like. I was physically abused like that from age 2 to 5. At age 5, when my sister and I came to the U.S. to join the rest of the family, my mom and dad had 2 older siblings. My mother didn't believe anything we were telling them about the crazy orphan girl. I feel like my mother always wished I was dead. All my life was hinted on suicide. Talking of people committing suicide, telling me I'm afraid you'll commit suicide, giving me biblical prayers to protect me from sharp objects. So not only is she trying to push you towards suicide, she's trying to tell you how to do it. She always wanted to know where I am at all times, where I work, and I find it really creepy why I have so many problems with jobs, especially since I'm pretty much like a doormat in these environments. I just got a new job and she was dying to know where I was working. Funny, I'm not having crazy problems at this place. I've stopped giving my family any personal info about me. Growing up with the fam in the U.S., my mother has always disrespected my privacy, listening to my phone calls, going through my things, wanting to know my random thoughts, making me tell her everything about me. Anytime we had a disagreement, she would tell me over and over, if you continue this way, you will never be able to have a relationship with anybody. I spent my whole life working on myself until I became a doormat. She discouraged every relationship I was in with a guy. She would act like a jealous husband towards me if she saw me talking to any man. Today I am single with no children. I'm glad. I thank my mothers and sisters for shaming me while making me feel like a whore, like I wasn't old enough. Or like I wasn't old enough. I also blame it on being smart enough to recognize toxic behaviors before they went too far. As an adult, my mother only wants to talk about things that aren't going well in my life. If something good happens, it's to me. If something good happens to me, she is silent, or compliments don't seem genuine, because they're not. Because your mother is another mother in competition with her daughter. And it's good because I do have another video coming up from Carolyn, the lawyer, okay, who's been in a competition with her mother to the grave. You're in another situation, another female in a situation with a mother in direct competition with the daughter. But the competing mother wants to put their daughter into the grave. Not only will they compete to the grave, they want to make sure you get there first, because they can suck up all the pity supply. She doesn't talk about her life, and she only talks about herself in a perfect light. They always do. Never told us she loved us growing up, only recently, and it seems very hard for her to say. Yeah, when they never told you and they're telling you later on in life, it's because they're afraid of death. Since my recent awakening, she confronted me about something and I began explaining myself. She immediately told me to stop making an argument. I was able to stay calm and I just realized what she was really saying at the time, which is, if you can't get along with me, you won't get along with anyone. No, what she's really telling you is, okay, through attacking your self-esteem, what she's really telling you is, stop holding a mirror up to my face. Stop making me accept reality for what it is, not the one I created. Just recently in a family discussion, she admitted to witnessing the abuse of the crazy orphan girl when I was a toddler. Told you she knew. Told you she knew. Of course she knew. It's why she left you there. They leave you with someone, the narcissist leaves you with someone to be abused and then feigns ignorance. Oh, I didn't know. Right. And confront it on it. I'm sure she'll get all booty hooty hoo about it, right? Oh, also, I was told repeatedly that as a baby, people would find me crawling down the street by myself. No, I was kicked down a flight of stairs. Thrown out of houses as a baby. This was before my mother left to come to the States. So maybe your mother was already starting that routine before you remember it. I've always had strong feelings that she is twisting lies out of the things I confided in her. It's funny how extended family members know just the right questions to ask, comments to make to get me to open up about my private life. I don't fall for that anymore. My sister. As a young adult, I did really well in my career. My sister always wanted to know how much I was making. I lived in the city and I was just finally getting myself a good financial start. Long story short, my sister continually set me up. I've been struggling financially for years. A realtor, she convinced me to buy property far from the city. She negotiated my home that was a dump at practically full price. I was young and naive. I told her how much I wanted to spend buying the home, but she entered that total amount for the down payment, and it was my first home, but I was stupidly depending on her to explain how it works. At closing, I ended up owing her $10K and my mother $5K, and after many fees, I had $5K left to my name to fix a dump for an apartment. I found out that I could have gotten my money from the mortgage loan. I was on an artist's salary, now living in the woods, a $25 daily trip away from work opportunities, and $15K in debt to my sister and mother. After 5 years, I got a little footing. My sister tried to push a home on me that was double the price of my current home, and it was another dump. She said, just when you fixed your place up, now it's time to move into something bigger. I told her I wasn't interested, and she walked away angry. Because all they see you for is business opportunities. You're just a pawn to them, your entire family. I went back to school to get another skill so I could afford to pay my bills. I got my first job out of town and I needed to rent my place, so I asked my sister to handle it. I spent 6 months paying for both places because she never found a tenant. I came home. Yeah, because she never looked for a tenant. She don't want you to succeed. A year later, she was looking for a temp apartment for a friend of hers, in-laws. She asked me to move out of my apartment and come stay with her so she could offer my place to her in-laws. Of course, I told her no. I consider all these moves financial sabotage. Do you agree? Yeah, of course it is. She's done so many hateful things to me: shaming, ostracizing, alienation, objectifying, sexual objectification. She has turned her children and my family members against me. They act like they don't have to respect me. I'm sick and tired of going to her house. I get the impression that she abuses everyone. So stop going to her house. Cut them out. Stop going. Narcissists can't abuse you if you don't show up. My mother tries to send me money and I feel damned if I'm going to keep it, damned if I don't. Sometimes I cash it, sometimes I don't. This time I sent it back. I have good reason to believe that she's going around telling people I'm draining her, but her $100 birthday present checks doesn't pay my bills. I feel like I'm living in an interrupted life financially and emotionally. I'm middle-aged, I look a lot younger, and I'm healthy. I have to put up with being ridiculed, treated like I was an incompetent by my family. I believe they kept trying to set me up to fail so I would go live with my mother and they wouldn't have to worry about her in old age. I've made inferences to this. I'm so glad I woke up. On a positive note, since I've been no contact, I feel more in control. I don't feel obligated to prove my innocence by telling someone everything about me. Right, because it was a constant trial. Again, you're constantly in a trial with people like what you were raised by. And there's multiple prosecuting. Anybody can be the prosecutor. You could have multiple prosecutors at the same time. My mother just moved in with my sister. I'm not communicating with them because of this new awakening and some disrespect that happened. I'm getting texts from another sister pleading for me to respond. She's saying that it's killing my mother. Right. It was supposed to kill you. It was supposed to kill you. But my mother also puts on guilt trip acts. She pretends she's more feeble than she really is when it's convenient for her. But through all this, my sister just jumps on me as usual, accusing me of immaturity and stressing people out, and she's taking an authoritative tone. She demands an explanation for my non-communication, like I'm a child. Well, you can't have it both ways. If I'm immature and I'm stressing people out, you should be happy I'm gone. What do you want? Wait. So you're not really immature and stressing them out. It's not that bad, because if it was, they'd be happy you were gone. No. They just want their supply. They just want your compliance. And you're not like a child. You're like a pet. You're beneath a child. A child is still a member of the family. I responded to my sister's text letting her know that I feel disrespected and disregarded and I need a break. They are still calling and texting me because there's no boundaries. Doesn't matter what you say. I'm not sure what to do. By the way, she's my mother's informant. So you said yourself, you need to stop giving these people information. Stop confessing to the narcissist spies. Stop it. No contact means no contact with all of them. You can't have a little no contact. You can't have, it isn't no contact. No contact means everyone. My gut feeling is if I remain close to them, it will greatly hamper my future success in life and I will always be struggling financially. My mother is very manipulative. If I came over 3 times a week, she would guilt me into coming over every day. She doesn't care what I'm sacrificing, but she pretends that she does. When she's around, I feel I lose myself and too much time is lost. Could you please advise me? Should I go no contact or low contact, and how would you do it? I go no contact and I would just ghost. I would just ghost. I wouldn't tell them a word. You want to know why? Because they know what the truth is. They know what the truth is. They just want to draw you into it because you're too far in with these people. The dynamic is no matter what you say, it's going to be twisted against you into you being difficult and you being and then you're going to be gaslighted. They want your compliance. They want you to be a good pet and sit. No contact is the only thing you can do. No contact with all of them. With all of them. And anything they if they ever do corner you with this, I would just say, you know why. And I'm not going to stand here and have an argument about it. Because any argument as to why you went no contact with the narcissist is an insult to your own intelligence. Because they already know why. Period. Arguing with a narcissist over why you went no contact is an insult to your intelligence. They know why. Period. So, I hope that helps. Thank you for your contribution and your story. I really appreciate it, Anonymous. Thank you for everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.